Hello, welcome back to Houseplants New Jersey. I'm Mara, and today we're going to be discussing spider mites. Yes, spider mites. Now, a lot of times that in the spring, summer, fall, even, I don't really get spider mites, but for some reason, sometimes they just happen in the winter, I guess from the dry heat and all of that stuff. So I have these pollard palms. Now, a lot of times I keep plants that I don't really have to care for so much um, in my bedroom because I don't see them all the time. I like pollard palms. I think they're really beautiful. I think they're cool. Um, but I don't really have to care for this that much. It's in a self-watering pot. It's pretty empty as of right now. So that's where I keep my spider plants. If you had ever watched my spider plant video, I don't really care for them that much either. I just walk past them along with these. But the other day, I did look at them and it seems I have spider mites on them. So, what I'm going to be discussing, I'm going to cut off some of these dead leaves because that's what draws them also, are the dry, dead leaves. So we're going to take them off. I have a towel here. It says, Dear Santa, I can explain. My friend, I think one of my friends got that for me this last year for Christmas. So we're gonna get rid of this now. I'm in my dining room right now, and the reason why I'm in my dining room is because I don't want this to touch anything else. Okay, so we're gonna pretty much get off all these dried out dead leaves. I'm gonna be pulling along the surface. There we go. So here we go. We're taking that off. I didn't really have to cut anything, which is good. All right. So now, what I have here, and I always keep this on me. So, neem oil, and I clean my leaves with this, all of my leaves. So I clean my leaves with this. And the directions for use is mix 1.5 teaspoons of neem oil per quart of water, plus 1 teaspoon of mild dish soap. So I use Dawn dish detergent. This is the lemon one. The blue one is fine. Use that. If you want to use something a little more mild, you can use like the clear one, I guess. They have Dawn clear. Um, and then you're going to do water. So, you have to store it above 70 degrees and below 95. If the oil thickens, place the bottle in hot water, which I do. I'll run it under some hot water if it thickens because you could see it when it thickens. So all I'm going to do here, take a paper towel, put it under the leaves that you're treating. Okay, so now you're getting both the top and the bottom, and you just go over it. All right, that's it. So you could spray down the whole plant and hose it down in the bathtub if you want. I mean, I like to spray down the whole plant, but I don't go into the bathtub and hose it down at all. I just spray it down. Now you want to do this once or twice a week, um, especially when you know you have an active infestation. So that's what I do. You're definitely going to want to get all those spider mites. Now they pretty much kill them from what I found on contact. But there are more. There's always more. And ask me how, I don't know. The other day, my sister had mealy bugs on her Hoya, and they were big. They were really big. So she took it out of the soil. She put it because they weren't going away. She took it out of the soil. She was killing the mealy bugs with alcohol, a Q-tip, cotton swab. And they would just wouldn't go away. So she took it out of the soil. She put it in a water jar. Next thing you know, there's mealybugs, and she's still killing it. Now they're gone. So she's just waiting for it to acclimate to the water. Then she'll acclimate it back to the soil, and those mealybugs will be gone. So, and that was a nice plant. That's a fish hill um, Hoya. That's a really pretty plant. So, all right. So we're just gonna keep on going over this. That's it. You just you just get into those little nooks and crannies. I sprayed on top of this, like on the stems and on top of the soil. And that's it. Now I'm gonna water it because a lot of times the spider mites, what they like is they like dry plants. They like them when they're dry, they like them when they're drying out. And this is in a self-watering pot. I think I got this from one of the big box stores. It's probably Costa Farms plant. All right. So that's why I think they all come in self-watering pots. So that's why I have this strach, not strach. That's how Italian people say strach. It means dish towel. That's why I have this dish towel here to catch the water that drips from the self-watering thing. All right, the overflow. So now we're going to take the second one. Now this one's really, really, really bad. Now I don't know if you can see, but you can, like, I see the webbing. The webbing is in between the leaves, and that is really, really, really bad. So I'm going to spray it before I pull anything. Actually, let me pull some stuff and then spray it. So we're spraying all over this plant because spider mites, I mean, it's just going to happen when you have plants. That's it. And I remember I had three peperomias, you know, um, they were, I had bought them. Now, this is when I first got into plants, which was like 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. So, yeah, I'm still not as experienced as everybody else, but I had three beautiful peperomias. Um, and I had mealy bugs, and I didn't know what I was doing then at all. So I threw them out, and I wish I didn't. I still think about that. I wish I didn't. So I'm just gonna wipe these down. I'm gonna wipe the webbing off of them and everything, and then I'm gonna kind of quarantine them, which they're on. They're in my window, so they're each on. I don't have those macrame hangers in my window. I have these like metal things that hang from the curtain. So you could put so you like by putting them on that metal thing, that's gonna quarantine them. But don't put any plants with it because otherwise they're gonna get spider mates too. A lot of times, what happens is a lot of the plants, especially these kind, that have like the small. Actually, you don't even know where we're gonna get spider mites, who's gonna get it. You have no idea. Spray the bottom. Last year I had spider mite infestation on my alocasias, which I heard are prone to that. So I'm gonna just spray on top of the soil. This is all natural, so we kind of want to keep it that way. I don't mind it. I feel it works. So if you guys want to you use whatever you want, but that's what I use, and I feel it works. But nobody wants bugs crawling around in their house, and it feels like the more um, plants that you have, the more bugs you might have too. So we're gonna get rid of this. Make sure you clean the undersides too. The undersides are very important also because they hide. They like to hide under there. right, and then we're gonna do this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this every few days, every 2, 3 days. Let me angle this down so you could see. So we have these two polar palms. I have another one in my bedroom. That one's not touched at all. So I'm gonna just spray the top of the soil. Boom, boom, boom. And then I think this one I didn't water. This one? Yeah, I didn't water this one. I'm gonna water it till I see in that little window, that little self-watering window. And then it'll probably overflow a little bit on this dish towel. Not stretch, not stretch. So, and that's it. That's all you have to do. But what I do, make sure I mean, you could use whatever you want to use on your leaves. There's some stuff that makes them shiny and everything. I don't know how that works because I don't use it. I always use the neem oil with the dish soap and the water so that I can clean my plants with that. And then I don't really, knock on wood. Where's wood? Knock on wood. I don't get pests really. Okay. So when I do, I go a little nuts with it, but hey, what are you gonna do? You don't want bugs in your house. All right. Um, that's it. This is the end of the video. Easy, easy peasy video. All right, bye.